Hey guys, sup, right here for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council with another stock market guide because it's Wednesday. So let's start off with different dimension ground, which I will be mentioning about 6 days from now on Tech Tuesday. We'll talk more heavily about it, but I'm just going to quickly go over the effect. This turn, any monster sent to the graveyard is removed from play instead. So it's definitely something that you want to think about if you're going against Lightsworn. You need something to side against them. This is a great option against Shadows, against Tellarknights, against Dark Worlds, pretty much anything that's going to set up in the graveyard. 697 is the lowest you will find it, and it's basically everything after that is around $9. So definitely something you want to pick up. But if you have them, they're worth pretty good. Just saying. Something else I also want to mention is Alloy of Justice Decisive Armor, because I left these out in the guide to your site, Lightsworn. So just in case you need a link, just ask me. Sorry about that. I had freaking allergies. But you can get these for $8, and basically it's a level 10 synchro. It's generic. It requires 3 monsters, not 2. Sorry, Leo. Basically, you can discard your entire hand, look at your opponent's hand, and then send every light monster to the graveyard. And then your opponent takes damage for their attack points, each and every single one, or something along those lines. I know it's. I'm pretty sure it's attack points. I just don't have it in front of me. But it's a great card. $8. Night Beam 390, mentioned this on Tech Tuesday yesterday, so definitely something, you know, if you're having trouble with back row. Dimensional Prison 422, so it's starting to go there. Abyss Dwellers 1675, starting to rise again. So if you have Abyss Dwellers, then you're good. If you don't, pick them up now before they hit 20s. Lava Lull Chain is $32. Sorry, $32. I wish it was $32. Even though I have 2 of them, it is $36. So definitely up there in price. Daigusto Emerald has not dropped really at all, but it's $20 per Daigusto Emerald. Big Eye is $25.89. Always at 89 cents tacked on. See over here you have the Japanese version. So English version, Battle Pack 2 edition, $25.89. Then we have Dragosack, which is still at 65, just to prove a point there. You know, it's a playmat you can get for $35. It's gone up $2. Kind of odd. But Vanity's Emptiness is $12, so still $12 for a common. Hopes it gets reprinted in Legendary Collection because that's dumb. That's on that way. Here we go. Buy it now. Shipping lowest first. You know how that works by now. Just for those of you who don't. So cheapest you're gonna find this is $23.48 for debunks, and then standard price is around $24 a piece. So just something for you to know. Scrap Otharos, because we have not covered this, is $10.99. So definitely something you want to pretty much pick up. You only really need 1 in a scrap deck. So if you want to play scraps, they're still fairly cheap from the looks of things, but Scrap Otharos is going to run you $12. Goyo Guardians are at $17.95 to around $20. So they also come dual terminal. You guys corrected me last week. I was pretty sure of it, but I would sound like an idiot, and I keep forgetting about dual terminal because they don't exist no more, kind of thing. But yeah, you can get these around under $20, so not too expensive. But then again, you know, not many meta decks are going to be playing Goyo Guardian. Number 72, Shogi Rook, which we did very late. The opening is $8.99. So if you don't want to buy in the manga's $10. You want to save $1, then you can find it on eBay for $9. So not bad, not bad. It's gonna be that way for a while. Shooting Quasar Dragon $42, and Black Rose Dragon is at 16 a piece this week. Continuing onward, we have Supply Squad. Yes, that is Supply Unit. $4.88 is the lowest you're gonna find it this week on eBay, and then you get 3 of them for $7. That's a pretty good buy. And let me just say that we will have the deck later on today. I believe these are, international sellers. We will have the deck later on today, so bear with us, and we'll have it out. 101 is still $45. Exotonic Synctionite is $72.30, so still up there in price. Odd Eyes Dragon, I thought this was interesting. It was like $3. This comes out of the starter deck, but this isn't the good Odd Eyes. Let me just say that much. We're not getting that till August. Black Horn of Heavens, the lowest you will find them are $10, but that's for damage version. Spend the extra 49 cents, get a mint version, and it comes hollow, which is always a nice thing. You know, so they're around almost $11 per piece for Black Horn, so they're still up there in price. Felgrant are $24.30. Not too hard to understand why, but that is still up there in price, for a Felgrand. Maxis are 8, effect fillers are $6.55. Definitely something that I advise always picking it up. And something else we'll be going over, I'll be mentioning picking up. Needlebug nest is $7.50, so definitely if you have them, sell them. Fire hands are $8.25, ice hands are $7.90. Ooh, ice hand. That's on the way. $6.49 will run you for a soul charge. So nearly $7 again for soul charge. At the end of, last week it was what? It'd be like $4. So people who bought soul charges at that time basically just can laugh now and say, I saved like, I saved like $6, But they're going back up. We'll have to see how that continues out. Artifact Sanctum has actually dropped to around 20 to 22 a piece. So if you've been trying to build hat, now's your opportunity because everything's pretty cheap. Incantations will run you around $12 a piece, and we're going to talk about this in a few minutes. Artifact Incantation will run you around $12. Morale Attack will run $6.90, so definitely pretty cheap, pretty affordable for the everyday Yu-Gi-Oh player. Well, the most Yu-Gi-Oh player. $15 will run you for Rainbow Karibo. That's gonna be the lowest you can find it this week. Radiant's gonna run you $4 a piece. We're gonna talk about the other two in a moment. Red Sparrow. This also comes out of the deck. $1.50. Things like Red Sparrow are gonna drop because there's like no listings on here for it. I was looking for the starter deck stuff, and this is all I could really find. So those will drop if you're waiting on any of that. Traptrix Nightmare Hole, $8. Majesty's Fiend, definitely pick this up. This is the one that I always advise people to pick up. $18. Stop Shadow, Satellar Knights, Lightsworn, everything that's pretty much meta and will become meta, it stops it in its tracks, and it's definitely something that you want to consider buying. So once again, I'm going to reiterate I'm going to say the same thing I just said, so I'm trying to say as I'm half asleep. $18 will run you Majesty's Fiend. It may seem like poop, but you could just play Soul Charge, Tribute, and drop it. So, simple as that. They're not hard to bring out. Fire and Ice Hands float. You have monsters that special themselves. It works great in TGs. Yes, I just said TGs and Majesty's Fiend in the same sentence. I really just did. Skullmeisters will run you $14.90 this week. They're at a new time low. So pretty much if you want Skullmeister, you believe in the Meister, then definitely buy it because that's pretty cheap. And for you 6 Samurai players, I throw this one out for you. $3 will run you for Sheehan. So if you want to return 6 Samurai, you sold your deck off. $3, can't go wrong. And let's continue onward. Okay, here we go, and then I could freaking start rendering. Royal Command, Great Against Shaddolls, OCG ruling, and card statements a little bit different than TCG, but you still carry over the TCG, so $1.50 now. Definitely something you may want to pick up. Mistake. I keep mentioning Mistake for a reason, guys. It is the one card that you guys should just definitely buy with Majesty's Fiend, because even if it's not now, there will always be a time where people are massively searching. And when they do, you can flip up Mistake and laugh. Like, I don't know, if Spellbooks came back, Mistake is just such a hard counter to them that they have to run MST to get it off the board. It's that freaking good. So definitely look into Mistakes. They're only like $10 to $12 a piece. Definitely buy a playset if possible. Pilot Dichotomy is $21.99, still up there in price. So if you have them, sell them. If you're using them, keep them. It's pretty much the standard for that. Murdart is still, I can't say it right, $27.99. So that's gonna be the lowest for a TCG copy. It's at $31.97. We'll probably see this drop when we have the Noble Knight deck actually come out, like the Noble Knight box thing. And moving on, we have Lady Lake at $5.30. Just mentioning it because of the other Noble Knight. Skill Drains are $4.50. The reason I bring up Skill Drains is it stops a lot of stuff, and it's definitely something you may consider for this format. So $4.50 is definitely up there in price for it. I'll tell you that much right now. Definitely up there in price. So $4.50 is gonna run it for you. Mystic Piper is $8 a piece. So if you've been waiting to build something with it, is $8 a piece. And I don't know, I just haven't mentioned it in such a long time. I felt kind of bad, and I was like, man, I should bring up Mystic Piper, because in case I do Mystic Piper Blue Eyes and you guys get interested, you know exactly what it's going to cost. $22 for Aunt Jelly, so still Still pretty low. Oh, I do have to before we go into any further, I do have to take a second and just mention, I want to release the new stock market spin-off series. It's going to be a separate video that premieres like every weekend kind of thing. If you guys want to send in deck lists, that you want a price guide to, then please do. You can send it by an image or just whatever. Just send it, or list, whatever. Just send it to subscribershowcase@gmail.com and just feature it, stock market spin-off or something along those lines. It works, or you can just leave it in the comments. But with that said, there'll probably be a more formal thing of me saying it, but this is just for right now. I'm mentioning it to get a little bit of a jump on it. Who cakes are $4. Not even joking, $4. So, and Magdalenes are $10.90. So the Dolce prices have dropped pretty nicely. Arc Michael is still only $1.80 this week, meaning the best thing out of the structure deck is Raiden at four something. Mathematicians are at $4.29. I haven't mentioned these in a while. Hey, look at that Venusaur. I wonder if that Venusaur knew it was going to Mega Evolve. Joking for the Pokemon fans. Minerva $156 is what it's going to cost you for the single. So at this point in time, my advice is still just buy the deck because the deck is just too good. $6.30 March Leaf pretty much has dropped. Sylvan Hermitry $8 again has dropped pretty freaking big drop on all the Sylvans. Sylvan Charity, this thing was like what, $40 when it came out, is $11.95. So let me just say this much: if you want to build Sylvans, now is the freaking time. Everything's pretty much cheap, pretty much. Aurea, the Sylvan High Arbiter, is $8.75. The reason I said, just quickly touch upon that real quick. The reason I said most of it's cheap because you still need the Felgrand, the Dragossack, and the Big Eye, and those are pretty much just going to cost you in the extra deck. If you have them, then build Sylvans, because Sylvans are going to be pretty freaking cheap for you. Kokimiro Crusader, I haven't mentioned this ever, so, I knew it was a thing at one point. Okay, I don't know what happened there. So continuing on, Kokimiro Crusader is $7.48. I've never mentioned it, and I knew the Fire Fist build was a thing, and it's pretty situational, I guess is the word I'm looking for. It was iffy, but it was still pretty something else. But Crusader is still $70.48, and its partner Earn Knights is still $7. So definitely up there. If you're hoping to build scraps, now is a good time to start buying the stuff because $1.50 Scrap Storm. $1.50 Scrap Storm. Scrap Storm. $1.50. If you're planning on building them, just for whatever reason, $1.50 Scrap Storm. We have Geo's build on the council, so you can just go from there. If you need a link for that, I can send you a link, and then it's not even that expensive. Like it's pretty freaking cheap. It really is. Cloak and Dagger, this is another card I'll be talking about on Tech Tuesday on the Triple Edition on Tuesday in 6 days. It's basically $1.35, and it's a great card because, well, you declare a card name, it's continuous, and if they play said card name, like, alright, I call Shadow Fusion, then the damn thing gets banished. And I believe all the copies go with it, so pretty fucked up shit. I mean, but we're not talking about using it against adults. Cloak and Dagger is more going to be for, say, something like Lightsworn, for when you have like Skill Drain or something along those lines. You call MST and laugh your head off. Just saying. But it's pretty nifty. We'll talk about that on Tech Tuesday. Mask Hero Acid is $6. So buy your heroes now, pretty much, and not have to worry about it later. That's pretty much my advice there. Void Ogre. Void Trap Hole. What the hell did Void Ogre come out of? $3.90. Definitely something that you want to pick up if you are playing the Trap Tricks engine, because this always comes in use at a later time. Deep Dark Trap Hole. If pendulums ever take off, there are $2. If you believe pendulums are going to take off, when you saw our coffee time discussion that featured Simon, then definitely buy these because it will literally poop on that. It did get a name change in the TCG to like something like Darkfall or something along those lines, so it cannot be searched out by the Trap Tricks. I'm pretty sure it got the name change. I'll double check, and you guys can always ask me in the comments, or someone can answer that. I'm ready for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. If you enjoyed the content, then please hit the like button. If you're new to the channel and you want more, then subscribe. And finally, if you have a deck request or anything else, leave it in the comments below so I know to do it. That's done that way. And one last thing. I do this every Wednesday. I constantly say this so you guys know every Wednesday. There's no set time when I record it. Depends on, what I'm doing that day, work-wise, house-wise, all that shit. But it always come out Wednesday. If there is a change and you don't see it, head to the Facebook page. I will post it there first. That it wouldn't be coming out. I would mention it there first, not some that way. Usually it's like once in a year that's going to happen, but it's very rare. So every single Wednesday, every single week, stock market, I'm Ryu. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Peace.